Hello, Internet. Welcome to Last Time On. This is the podcast where we pick a show that none of us have ever seen and then work our way through it randomly. It used to be about prestige television, but I don't think we can say that anymore. I'm Xhafer.
I am Ben.
I'm Victor, and you're listening to... Wait, you already introduced the podcast, yeah.
Yep.
I just wanted to say that we here at Last Time On, we may not be the best podcast on the internet, but we do have more episodes than Talk Tua. And we have never tried to scam our listeners with the
You can't say that. You can't say that. Nope.
You don't remember Bencoin?
Yeah.
Oh, there was a Bencoin? Well, okay, our listeners knew Bencoin was worthless going into it, right? So
I really was surprised you didn't choose for Curly Coin. It just kind of rolls off the tongue better. But I guess you didn't want to implicate Glow, so
Yeah.
there's other things. Bencoin could be anyone.
Exactly. Although, Xhafer, if you did release Xcoin, I'm sure enough people would assume that it was backed by Musk that you could probably scam some people.
I'm sure there already is.
that's a thing I tried to do, similar to a thing I tried. Like, you should get Xcoin if it's available. It's probably not, because then Elon Musk would have to buy it from you. And that was a thing I tried to get in on back in like the early 2000s with the .com boom. I tried to get on
domains.
GoDaddy and buy up a bunch of domains, hoping that someone would buy them from me, but they were all taken. I tried to get like AT&T.net and all Sprint. You guys remember Sprint?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, they were all taken.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I bought up some worthless domains and I just let them expire. It's a waste of money.
Yeah. It's a shame that Google.com never panned out for you, Vic.
Yeah, I try to remember I tried to get in on like some kink websites and stuff, just hoping that, because I mean everyone knows the internet's for porn, so I know I bought monstersex.com, and that was unfortunately no one tried to buy that from me.
Have you checked in on it?
I don't want to. I'm just gonna let that one go.
Speaking of letting one go,
oh boy, this episode. This
is season 4, episode 6, the full Frankie.
Yeah.
Oh, hey, before we get into this episode, before we have to dive into this episode, I just want to make a quick note for our listeners. We have a new way to reach us here on the show. And I know previously you had a phone number, but much like monstersex.com, I forgot to renew my subscription. And that phone number's gone. But now, if you would like to leave a message for us, you can go to voicecast.app /LTO. And what's great about this is you don't need to sign up. You don't need to give it any of your information. You can just leave a message, either a voice message, or you can type it out and give a message description, and we can read it or listen to it here on the show. So yeah, again, that is voicecast.app /LTO.
Interesting.
Huh.
Yeah.
Go ahead and throw that in the Discord.
Yeah. It's pretty cool. It's one of my favorite podcasts started using this, and one of their listeners just made it because they had a phone number like we did, and they would listen to the voicemails on the air, but they all sounded like crap because of the phone. But this actually uses your computer microphone, or you can use the mic on your smartphone as well. So yeah, it's working really well so far.
Awesome.
Cool. All right, so let's talk about the full Frankie.
Mm-hmm.
And also, another note for the listeners, if you want to watch along with us, these episodes are available on Millennium Plus TV. Just search for that channel on YouTube. But whoever owns that channel is only uploading... They're uploading a bunch of old classic TV episodes. They're doing Viper and they're only uploading once a week, and they're currently on season 3. But I also found Viper episodes on Daily Motion. There were 2 versions of the full Frankie. One of them, I think, was in German. and the other one had like a terrible VHS copy resolution. Yeah, just throwing that out there.
Well, we open in media, baby.
In media, sexy baby. Not just for ladies, now for the ladies. As we have a dude stripper in PJs and a teddy bear. But there's something missing here. Where's baby Spinky? Guys, we'll hop on her.
No.
What the hell happened?
Can't explain. But I got the van.
Oh, what happened to baby's Binky?
What happened to baby
I think
Spinky?
I think our stripper's last client stole it.
Xhafer, you know where the binky is.
Flared bass on
Is
that
it the
binky.
booty?
Binky and the Booty?
But that said, hey,
Binky and the Booty was my favorite punk band in the 80s.
hey, it's Ben here, your internet dad. And so, one thing you don't, nobody tells you about. A lot of people give babies binkies or pacifiers just because they know babies have pacifiers. If you don't, if your baby doesn't need one, if you don't give it to them, then you don't have to break that habit later when it's bad for their teeth. So, if you're able to, put your baby down and it'll sleep and doesn't need it for self-soothing, avoid using the pacifier.
All
Never
right.
used one with Henry.
Smart.
So yeah, we get an audience member zoom in here, and then a zoom out as she takes the stripper back to her hotel.
Housekeeping, you want me to jerk you off?
What kind of hotel is this?
No.
It was identical. I had to pause and rewind. You guys, not just me? Okay.
Haven't seen it, sorry.
You haven't seen Tommy Boy?
No, no. I have not.
Ben,
remember
have
that
you
movie
not
coming
seen Tommy?
out.
No.
Chris
that-
would disown you for that.
Is that the one where he's on a pirate ship at some point? Or
No. Tommy Boy is the Chris Farley one where he's like the son of the guy who owns the business.
Oh yeah, not ringing a bell at all.
Okay.
Yeah.
We should fucking watch Tommy Boy then. Okay.
Okay. Questionable. For some reason, I'm thinking of was that no? For some reason, I'm thinking of that movie where I forgot the name of the actor, but he was a comedian in the '90s, and it's a really weird fantasy movie, and he has sex with Venus, the goddess, and he comes out and he goes, "These pipes are clean."
I
Ringing any
have
bells here?
absolutely no idea what you're
nothing.
talking about.
Damn it! Now I'm gonna have to Google that later. And figure out what it is. So. All right. So yeah, speaking of cleaning pipes,
Yes, housekeeping comes in, and we find our woman who engaged in
she's not a
bringing
John,
our stripper
so
back.
I guess
She's a
she'd
Jill.
be she a Jill? Okay,
Yeah, she's a Jill. She is dead, and she's got a gun.
And you can tell this is a high-class hotel because our room service lady here is shocked. I've been to some hotels where they're like, this again. All right.
That said, it's not a very high-class hotel because somebody shot somebody here, and no one heard it.
That's a good point.
Yep.
I mean, I wish the soundproofing in most hotels was that good.
Agreed.
Well, maybe it's a really good hotel then. Anyway, so then we
go to theme.
We theme, and we got
What
a
do
new
we find?
theme.
Guys, Tom Joe Mike is no more. It's Joe Mike, Tom Joe Mike now.
Joe Mike Tom. He's back. Our boy is back.
Joe Astor.
I like the new theme. Like I liked the original as well, but I think this fits well for the final season. It's got a real good beat to it, and it feels like we're in the groove, you know.
Did you see
And-
that the Viper blows up and has an ejector seat as part of this
I
theme?
did see the ejector seat. Yes.
Frankie
That
getting
was-
I missed
thrown
that.
out of the Viper as it blows
And-
up.
Did you guys see it? There's a Viper boat. I got my points. I saw that fucking Viper boat.
That sounds good. Now it's time for some bass.
Frankie and
But-
Cameron are still here, and so is that other guy.
The other guy.
Yes.
We finally
Who we
get a
actually
little
get to
bit
meet
of the
Yeah,
guys.
we,
this
we do.
episode.
We get a little bit with him this episode.
But I do have to ask. So Joe Mike is back. What happened to her?
What the hell happened here?
But I got the van.
Well, I mean, it's not Joe Mike is back. Joe Mike never left. Joe Mike just thought he was Tom because the brainwashing went bad and there was a plastic surgery. So what happened to her is the reason for the plastic surgery was someone from Joe Mike's past making him pretend to be Tom. And at the end of season 3, they kill that fucking guy. So he can just go back to looking like himself, and he gets plastic surgery again
Ooh, that's got to be painful.
to go back to looking like himself. So he's Joe Mike, Tom, Joe Mike.
Yeah, co-signed. Sure. I had an idea for something, but I forgot it. Brain fog. I think I've had too much caffeine today.
And you told me to drink more coffee.
yeah. I don't know. I'm regretting my words.
Yeah, I don't know. It's. I don't know that I've ever seen a show.
What, like lose
Like-
their main character
and then
and
go
Well, like-
back.
bring him back?
We saw that with SG1 with Daniel.
Yeah.
Oh, right.
But,
yeah, they did
like-
that.
I don't know. It's interesting that they completely like Rubik's Cube spun around the cast a couple of times, and it's just real interesting just watching. Honestly, if this show went on for another 2 seasons, would we get a season where it's just Westlake and Julian?
Probably,
Like,
yeah.
What's gonna happen? I'm sad now. I want to see
Oh.
what random pairings they'll put together.
I think they did that in The Office as well. Like Steve Carell left for a season or 2, and then he came back for the final season. I want to say
He just came. I believe he just came back for the finale.
just. The
I don't
finale?
know.
Okay.
I stopped watching The Office
Aw.
well before it got to that point.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's interesting that we now have Joe back as our lead, and it must be weird, like just from a work perspective, just to be like, all right, I'm bringing you back, and here's Westlake, a character your character didn't know, but Frankie's still here, and we see Frankie doing an aerobics class, and at first I was very, very like angry at Frankie because I'm just like.
Hosting an aerobics class in his secret Viper hideout.
Exactly. You brought a bunch of ladies to the Viper HQ, but then we find out they're holograms.
Just a hologram. He's got Zumba classes going on at Viper HQ.
On the Viper. I like that. Seems like I mean, hey, if you've got a holo projector like that, of course you're going to use it for aerobics.
Frankie is 100% the guy who gives a fake name for the Peloton instructors so that they have to say Jack Mayoffer when they're riding
No, that
the
was a
bike.
thing.
Oh, get on YouTube and lose 30 minutes. Just search
Oh, my
Peloton
God.
funny name. You will find there's so many. And it's always just like, the thing about it is like, this is like supposed to be really intense bike riding workouts, right? And so these people are just, these instructors are just tired, right? They're athletes who are trying to, really push people and push themselves on
Right.
camera. And they're just like so tired. And you could just hear it's all like, happy birthday. A lot of vagina. Oh, and then and they say it out loud and they're just like, oh, got me every time. It's so good.
Oh man.
But we find out that this other guy that we've seen in the credits
Intro. Yeah, we finally
is
seen him for the first time.
kind of like a boss. It seems like he is their chief.
He legit works for the police force, which I gotta say I don't like. I prefer the season 1 where
they're
plot
vigilantes.
yeah, they're like underground crime fighting. They're like Batman, but it's a car.
Yeah.
So I much prefer that, but now they're back to being legit and actually working for the police force, which is not as exciting. I
Well,
think.
Yeah.
I mean, it's the FBI, right?
Is it whatever?
No,
They're
it's-
whoever they are.
it's
They're on a
definitely
government payroll.
Agent Sherman here, Cathlet.
I called him catnip.
Yeah, he's definitely an FBI agent. He's
But
in
we
the
also
FBI
find out
offices.
something-
He has a giant FBI logo behind him.
Oh, is he?
Yeah.
Okay, I wasn't paying attention. Sorry, listeners.
I mean, they do work for the feds, yeah. But we also find out here that Frankie has been exercising a lot, and Cameron tells him, hey, don't leave your sweaty jock strap in the bathroom. What is Frankie doing that requires him to wear a cup?
I don't know, maybe he does like Tybo. That was a thing in the 90s.
It is,
He's
but...
got hollow Tybo. But then you're right, they're holograms. They can't kick him in. They can't.
Yeah.
There's no
Why
impact.
is... And so I this just makes me think that...
He's practicing nunchucks by himself.
that is 100%
That is
a Frankie thing.
That is so Frankie.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
I mean, it's the most obvious thing, right? That's where it
Frankie's
has
got-
to be.
Yeah, Frankie's got nunchucks.
Yeah.
That's in Viper canon, 100%.
So he just doesn't want to. The jockstrap is there to protect him from himself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which, yeah, dude, that gave me back memories of when I used to work at Camp Mabry because we had a lot of CrossFitters there. I was a CrossFitter for a little while.
Yeah.
God, they would always hang their sweaty gym clothes in the locker room, and God, it just stank. Ugh! Just thinking about it, I can smell the stank right now. Guys, invest in some Febreze or something if you're doing CrossFit, please.
It's just
All
anything like that. Anything where you've got gear that you wear and the bag gets stinky.
What's worse, the worst is when they would hang it up in their cubicle to air out.
Ugh.
And it's like, come on,
Ugh.
dude.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's rude. That's rude as fuck.
Anyway, speaking of rude as fuck.
Yeah, we find out that our stiff is City Council President Gloria Kempler.
Yes.
Mhm.
And
Yep.
we have a distraught husband drinking the tiniest cup of coffee. I don't know if this jumped out to you guys, but in our libertarian utopia here, coffee cups have gotten so small.
Yeah, that's probably a result of, I don't know. Never mind. I'm trying to make this work, but
There's a joke in there somewhere, Vic.
yeah, there's a joke somewhere. I'm not getting it. Listeners in the Discord, please help me out here. What's the coffee joke? I was gonna make a riff on tariffs, but that just makes me sad when I think about it.
But we also find out he's not super mad about the cheating because he was simu
He
cheating.
was with his own mistress. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't. To be perfectly honest, this sounds a lot more like ethical non-monogamy to me.
I don't think so.
It sounded like they said that they weren't very close.
It sounds.
So you're saying it was like a marriage of convenience, maybe?
He said that they had an understanding.
I think the understanding is we both know what we're doing, but a divorce would be
bad for the public.
bad for the
image.
publicity.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's.
But you know what's even worse?
That is, if everyone's on the up and up and consenting adults and they know what's going on, that's not cheating.
No, but we know that it's not because he says you can check my alibi, just don't let her husband find out.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, his partners.
Yeah,
okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
I forgot about
So
that.
isn't
All
there-
right.
Yeah, isn't there
So-
somebody you forgot to ask?
This is typical logic for that we humans do stupidly sometimes. It's like, okay, well, a divorce would be bad for public image, but not thinking that, you know, what would be even worse for public image is you cheating with someone's spouse. You know, right? So,
That said, also, you know, cheating I can see, like, especially in like the 90s, that could be something that could bring down a public a public person's career. You know what also could do that? Being such a regular at a strip club that you have your own table. Like, how she is a very prominent, like, local figure.
see, I know. Okay, so don't ask me how I know this, but I know how this works. At clubs like this, they have a lot of VIPs, so it's like a mutual assured destruction thing. Like there's a lot of high profile people there, so if any of them out one another, everyone gets outed. So that's why it's like a.
Well, but I'm just thinking, like, how did some journalist not, like, stake this place out and be like, oh, hey, City Council President Kempler has been at the same strip club 4 days this week.
That's a good point. That's a good
city,
point. Yeah.
City funds in G-strings? Question mark? The yellow journalism writes itself.
Or maybe in this libertarian utopia, maybe it's just deregulated and it's fine, Ben.
Yeah,
I mean,
That's
if you're a
entirely
politician,
possible.
you're probably independently wealthy in a libertarian utopia.
that's true.
So
yeah.
it might not be city funds. They might not get paid. It might be selfless. Like, can you imagine if someone who was a billionaire, let's just say a billionaire,
God, stop, Xhafer.
volunteered to just selflessly fix the government?
Oh, stop it. Oh, God, you're making me
Doesn't
sad
that sound like a libertarian idea of utopia to you?
No, Xhafer, that sounds awful.
They never do anything for their own vested interest. They're already a billionaire. What do they need more money for?
Yeah, you don't have to worry about them stealing from us. They're already, they've hit the salary cap.
Yeah, right? Yeah. Yeah, you wouldn't do something like fire a bunch of people from the flight administration.
I hate when you do this, man, because I come to this podcast to escape reality.
Fortunately for us, Frankie has found our missing dancer / worker, because most dancers don't do this. But in 90s TV shows, all dancers are also toots. But we also have a unlisted phone number that was found on our dead councilwoman.
The mysterious 555 number.
Yes.
Did you guys catch Frankie in Catlet's office here? Where Catlet reveals that he understands that, that's the strip club for women, right?
Oh, he did.
And and Frankie was all like, how do you know that? And it's never touched upon again. Man.
Well, but it's also
90s
like
TV.
it is a 7-second gay panic joke, but then we find out later men are not even allowed in this place. So it can't be like does Sherman have some depths we're not familiar with? It's like, no, he's just familiar with a business.
He's an FBI agent in a city who has to investigate things. He knows what places are.
That makes sense. But I liked the depth of our Viper Jonas that we have here. That was getting some interesting background into his character. Because later we also see that he is...
he can dance.
Yeah.
He can jive.
He's
having the time of your life.
He is what's the word for someone who can dance really well? God, what's wrong
dancer?
with my brain today? No, dude, he's a firecracker on the dance floor.
professional
I'll think of it
dancer?
later. I'll think of it later, and I'll put it in the
A
Discord.
really good dancer.
Yeah, that's sure. That's what it is.
I mean,
behave.
it's just all this from Frankie is a bit much. He's in an FBI office, and he's totally one of those guys who has a shirt that says FBI female body inspector. So
He is.
it hurts.
Oh,
Joe arrives at the club, and we find out that our guy Sonny has quit. I don't know. I have never gone to a place enough to have a regular table, and I don't know. This just feels weird to me. Like, why don't you just sit wherever? Why do you need a table? I don't know.
I mean,
I'm
I am
not
a
rich
regular
person.
enough at the diner on our corner that, I mean, you've been there enough with me, Ben.
Yeah.
Like, all of the wait staff there knows me. Like, they'll ask about things that are going on. Like, I am a regular. And so we do not have a set table there. In fact, I think we make a point of not having a set table there. I think we're trying to make the rounds almost, check out every single one. So.
I was a regular at the Fuzzy's Taco Shop up the road from me. I used to go there every day for a breakfast burrito. I had to cut down on those for, it's too expensive, and I got to lower my cholesterol. But anyway.
Well, you just need to poop it all out with Bran.
I do. That's the point. Yeah, that's it wasn't it. It was on this
That's
pod.
what Frankie did.
that
Yeah.
you told me that the key to losing weight is you got to poop more than you eat.
Exactly.
Best
Scientifically
advice
proven.
ever.
We also see a crying woman leaving the strip club, and
As you do.
It's not even possible to poop more than you eat, right? Like, you can't. That's not possible, right? Like, we probably should have talked about this episodes ago, but whatever.
I think we need to put a disclaimer that LTO is not responsible for medical advice or something. We are
Fuck
not
no, we
licensed
aren't.
physicians.
hey everybody, it's Ben, your
Entertainment
internet
only.
doctor. Want to lose weight?
No.
This is legally actionable. This is medical advice.
Anyways, Back at Viper HQ, Frankie's working out again. He fills in some gaps on the clear whiteboard as Detective Westlake formulates a plan to send Frankie in. He refuses to, quote, get jiggy with it. And I had to check that song did come out a year before this episode aired.
Oh, wow.
Well, but this is 2004 at this point, so that song's been out for a while.
Yes.
Because remember, the first season takes place in 2001. So.
Right. I don't think they're keeping track.
But also, it's interesting, okay, Joe can't go back. They know he's a government agent.
Mm.
Why do they jump to send in Frankie as a dancer before ever going, well, Westlake can go in as a customer and check the place out?
Well, she does. That's
Yeah,
part of the
but-
plan, but they need to get someone who works there, and they go out of their way to say that they're not hiring any wait staff or bartenders right now. They
Yeah.
only
But they
hire
also-
men dancers. That's the only job they need. So if they're going to get someone who actually works there, it needs to be a male dancer.
Yeah, but you
strip
don't need
clubs
somebody to work there. They have a very
Well, yeah, they got to get
tenuous...
in. They got to get into the backstage areas and down on the shady side of the business.
Yeah.
So.
You know what also they could do? Get a warrant. Or they don't. They don't need a warrant. They could just break in. They do that all the time.
Yeah,
They
that's
do
true.
that all the time, yeah.
But they do tell Frankie that, no, so don't you understand? It's wild women filled with lust and desire. And he's like,
Oh,
all right. You know what? You sold me.
Yeah, Detective Westlake and Joe Mike appeal to Frankie's baser desires to get him to go dance. He goes to the club, he tries to get in, and the MAGA bodyguard isn't letting Frankie in without checking his junk. So he goes in the back door.
He also has a fake wedding ring.
Which is the opposite of also how strip clubs works. Don't ask me how I know this, but most of these type establishments do not allow the spouses or boyfriends of the dancers in because they just cause trouble. So, yeah, someone comes if you go into a strip club saying, "Hey, my wife or my husband is in there," they're not going to let you in because they don't want to cause any scenes.
But Frankie sneaks in. They don't lock the service entrance at all. There is nobody stationed there. And then Frankie just wanders into the main room. He's not being subtle at all. And he gets instantly sexually assaulted. And this is an important thing. Victor, did you keep track of how many shirts Frankie wears in this
No,
episode?
dude, no. I tried to keep my eyes shut for as much of this episode as possible. I
man.
tried to think of who I had to blame for this. At first, I was gonna blame Ben, for picking Viper,
That's fair.
and then I was
blame
gonna
Ben.
blame Jhafer for rolling
Oh, no.
on
I
this
mean, it's
episode.
the
But
dice.
then I realized that I have no one to blame but myself for watching this show.
Well, I'm actually bummed because I had a competition in mind. I wanted to know, does Frankie wear more shirts or get sexually assaulted more in this episode?
Does he? Yeah. Does he
He
have
gets
more
assaulted
shirts or
a
more
lot.
chest?
It does. It's bad.
But it's the 90s, so sexual
Yeah.
assault on men is funny. We see that...
It's a security door. He tries 6969. That's not the code.
Does he really? Did I miss that?
No.
As he
It's just
wanders
like-
out, by the way, did you catch the dancer that was performing in
The Crimson
Pirates
Pirate.
of Dark Water?
Pirate. The Pirates of what? The...
Pirates of Dark Water cosplay?
It's high adventure with the Pirates of Dark Water.
Yeah! Sad that show ended on a cliffhanger.
There's 3 other people who are really excited for that reference right now. And
Pirates
that
of Darkwater was the cartoon.
Was
It
that a
awesome.
cartoon?
Yeah.
It was great.
That is so fucking weird because I just saw that 2 or 3 days ago on one of the Amazon Live throwback cartoon channels. I was like, holy shit, I remember this. Huh. That is so weird. Oh,
I had the first 2 episodes on VHS.
Damn. Yeah. and
But we definitely have gone to a Ren fair with this guy, Xhafer.
oh, for sure.
But we do find out that part of this particular strip club is all of the male dancers have a gimmick
Yeah, it's
Like
90s,
they're
It's
wrestlers.
80s pro wrestling, 100%.
Yeah. They don't change it up. They are always the same. And so I have to ask you guys, what would your gimmick be?
I got you for 3 minutes. 3 minutes of heat time.
I already have one.
What would it be, Victor?
Victor the Dictor.
Instead
That's
of
just
doctor,
a bad
you're
pun.
Dictor.
What are you dressing up as?
What? No. Okay, so back in Austin, there was this. You guys familiar with the Air Guitar Championships?
Yes.
Well, in 2008, 2009, maybe 2010, somewhere around there, you are looking at the 2008 one of the finalists of the Air Sex competition at the Alamo Draft House.
Oh my!
And I went in as that was my stage name, was Victor the Dictor, and it's exactly what you think. It's instead of air guitar, you go up there and it's fully clothed. Okay, it's not anything like, sorry, but you have to do like a dance routine and pantomime out some fucking. And yeah, I won with the double shocker.
Oh my!
There was literally nothing I could say that would immediately be able to follow that. So I think we just move on.
Now, Xhafer, what's your stage name?
No, not stage name. I want to know what your
gimmick?
gimmick is.
Okay, well, all right. I would be. I just break out some of my old army uniforms, and I would.
I mean
be,
it's a tried and true method.
Yeah, I'd be Privates.
Private Privates is real good.
Come on, Xhafer. What are you? You're the IT guy.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh, you'd be the webmaster. That's what you should be. Have you wear nothing but a strategically placed pocket protector.
Tearaway cargo shorts. Yeah.
Yeah. Hey,
no,
you're not getting out of this, Ben. What's yours?
Yeah, the IT guy for sure.
Oh,
I've got
I'm
a cat 9 of 9 tails.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Ben, what's your gimmick?
Yeah, I'm the king.
Oh yeah.
Ben the King.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Wear my crown. Then I got a little one.
Oh God. You got the king, and then you got the prince. All right, let's get off the subject because we got plenty more dick jokes to make before this is over.
Yeah.
We also now find out that somebody had taped our stripper Sonny and our councilwoman. And
oh right, yeah.
now
Joe Mike and Westlake.
Joe Mike and Westlake watch porn at work.
Yeah,
Fucking why do I have to watch TV shows where this happens?
Mm-hmm.
First it was Crusade and now this. What the fuck?
Oh right, I forgot about that scene. Yeah, where they do
Why?
they do almost the same gag. It's the same thing from Crusade where they're watching it and they're like, huh, whoa.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen that before?
If they just would have done like a head tilt, it would have been beat for beat the same thing.
We see the little clips of this sex tape, and it is the most boring sex on earth. This guy is on top and a dead fish somehow. I don't understand.
I mean, I'm guessing it's just from a production standpoint. This is going to be a bad quality video watched on a TV. Nobody was thinking about high definition upscaling. They're like, nobody's going to be able to even see if you're moving. They just need to see that there are two people in the
Fair.
I think Xhafer. I think the problem is your bar personally hasn't been raised by the Leather Daddy Pakmara that we got in the Crusade episode. You're just like after that, just the
nothing
that
will do after Leather Daddy Pakmara. Quick drop in. I hope this doesn't awaken something in me from Community.
Oh, I was going to go with...
I'm not in trouble at all. No. We should be able to look at a little porn at work.
That's fine too. Fucking, we go over to Ashley Madison's, and Frankie hands over his portfolio, but he has to show off the goods.
Also, he made up fake news articles.
Yeah.
And it's just like, what is the male stripper trade magazine where these are being written
The
about?
new pornographers,
sure
right?
they
That's what that
exist.
is?
Yeah.
I've heard that somewhere.
Yeah. I'm sure they exist. No, wait. Did you say this? Is this club actually called Ashley Madison's?
It's called Madison's. I was
Madison's?
making.
Oh,
I was making a joke.
I would say, did I miss that?
Yeah.
That's wow. Funny. He brings in his fake resume, which was a lot easier to do in the 90s. If you knew how to use Photoshop or whatever the equivalent was back then.
Yeah.
And we find out that we get Frank's Frank.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, hold on.
We now know Frank is well endowed.
Yeah.
That's not going to work, Ben. We need more jokes here. I know you guys got to have some. I wrote the caboose is disappointing, but the stick shift is comically large. And then Beth watched this one's with me and woke up in the middle of the night and texted me about his king size cannoli.
King size. Let me just say that while I was watching this episode, okay, I mentioned before that I recently purchased an electric hot sandwich maker that I'm very
your
proud
panini
of.
press.
Yes, well, it just so happened that for this episode, I bought some Earl Campbell's Red Hots that were on sale at Kroger, and I made myself a sausage sandwich with Frank's Red Hot sauce on the side. So I was very uncomfortable.
Oh,
during
yeah. You're just slobbering on Frank's sausage.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
All right. I got one more. You got any left, Ben? You got some more dick puns? Come on. I can't be the only one who wrote down multiple Frankie dick puns. That's the whole point of this episode. This is the best place for them.
This is where we make our money.
I mean, it's the Frank and Beans, man.
The Frank and Beans.
Yeah.
He's got the torque wrench.
All right,
All
take
right.
us out. Take us out,
All
Xhafer.
right. Well, the mechanic's exhaust pipe lands him a spot at 9 p.m. dancing. Is this early, guys? It feels like this is early. I've been in
I have
two
no
strip clubs
idea.
in my life, and one was for a bachelor party, right? And then the other was visiting a friend at work. And I feel like for both of those occasions, 9 p.m. was early.
Oh yeah, it is early. Yeah. Well, I've been married to my ex-wife. Both my ex-wives are burlesque dancers.
Yeah.
So I'm somewhat familiar with this lifestyle. And burlesque dancers are not strippers. There's a difference. Strippers
Pasties.
actually make decent money.
Oh.
Burlesque dancers. Sorry, my dude. Every time she would put on a burlesque show, she was like the producer of one of the biggest burlesque festivals in Albuquerque, but she went into freaking debt every time she would do one of these. So it's like she would lose money, but she did it because it was her passion, which, hey, you know what? If that's what you want to do, go for it. But anyway, yeah.
I've never been to a strip club. I don't know.
Really, Ben? My God, you are so innocent.
I've never understood the appeal.
I mean, same. I just went to go. I mean, one was I got drugged too, right?
I did have a friend a long time ago that was where he lived, basically. Like, he was constantly texting me, like, hey, we're out at the Yellow Rose, man, come on. I'm like, no, it's okay.
Yeah. I mean, the other time, when I was going to visit a friend, he was having a tough time, and, I went with a couple other friends to go cheer him on. It was just to lift his spirits. I did have a lovely conversation that night with a drag queen with the best drag queen name of all time.
Yeah.
Yeah. Amanda.
Yep. Okay.
Yep.
Brilliant.
You really draw out the duh more. But yeah.
Amanda.
Amanda.
See, that is
Full
why
beard and everything. It was glorious.
That is
I'm not a member of the drag community, but I really appreciate their commitment to the pun game.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
If there's
My
anything
hat
that
and
would get
wig
you
off.
in drag, Ben, it's a pun.
Oh yes, I 100% respect the game.
Speaking of respecting the game, I do not respect Frankie's game here, because it was probably the most annoying part of the episode from me. Like, I could handle all the references to his dick that we did were just unnecessary, but his costume, bro, his stage name is the Mechanic, and he's dressed like Elvis.
He's dressed like Elvis with a wrench on the... Like, this is not a 2-hour costume here like we're led to believe he has.
Yeah! Where's the continuity here, dude?
Where's
You
this
gotta
costume?
commit
This is a
to the
pre-existing
bit.
costume, is what I'm
Yes,
saying.
Frankie owns this.
You're right. It's a fitted Elvis costume.
Which is why I'm going to say last time on, and I 1000% believe this is true. Somewhere season 3, there was a Frankie is an Elvis impersonator episode.
I could see that.
Okay.
Yes,
Yeah.
that is so on brand for
100%.
this.
Yeah. I mean, at least the other guys, the pirate guy, he had a pirate gimmick, and it was icky, but we had the PJs and a teddy bear at the beginning. It's like, Frankie, you need a bit and you need to commit to it.
Yeah.
Damn it. He should have had a
Just
jumpsuit
Elvis.
and a zipper. And then later we see him giving a girl a lap dance and she has an oil can.
He also has a car charger that he is sparking.
Oh yeah.
See, that was awesome. Yeah.
That was cool.
Yeah, I was really disappointed by this because the club owner's reaction led me to believe that these are not lesbians. Everyone knows bisexuals didn't exist before Lady Gaga, and I was a bit confused by the shoulder pads and pixie cut, giving off just roommates who have a U-Haul frequent renter card vibes. So I don't know. I was just like, oh, come on, 90s.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I got the
Let 'em
same.
be gay.
It was like Garrick and Bashir vibes where they can't explicitly state it, but yeah, they were roommates is what I put in my notes.
Yeah.
For this this couple who owns the thing, the evil lesbians.
We
Yeah.
finally catch Sonny, our stripper / toot, and this guy, like, I know these people exist, but this guy made me so mad because it's like he is being so cagey for a guy who is being framed for murder. Like, he is being like so uncooperative, and it's just like, dude, somebody's trying to frame you for murder. Let us help you. He's like, nah, lots of people want to frame me for lots of stuff. It's like, no, man, somebody's trying to make you, like, send you to jail. It's like, would you like to put me in handcuffs? It's like, stop doing that. We're trying to help you.
He does have a sweet car though. This is the same guy, right? With
Yes.
Yeah. We get that. Is this where we get the best car chase in the entire series?
It was
Shortly
It was a very
thereafter.
brief.
Yeah.
But I did appreciate using the hologram of the aerobics class to spin him out.
That was it. That was the best part of the episode. Because that would work, man. That would work if a aerobics class suddenly appeared in the middle of the street. You're like, whoa!
We also run into a weird thing with the logistics, where here we find out that they got 2 rooms at the hotel.
Right.
And Sonny seems to know that there was a second room. He must be aware that he is being used as part of the blackmail plot that we discover later.
Mm-hmm.
And he tries to play it off like, hey, sometimes things get crazy when you're with the Sonny. And I'm like, you go through a wall? Like, you don't go into the hallway and go into a different room. It's not even like you're changing locations. It's a physically identical, room. But also, like, they had to set up quickly. Like, for everything they have, I was expecting them to also bring in, like, hey, the DJ is also our sound guy. He's setting up these rooms. But now we get to
it feels
the
like
best
it's a
part.
pre-existing setup. Not that it matters.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes it more interesting if the hotel's in on it. They get a slice of the payout. and they
But if
provide
the
room.
if the hotel was in on it, I would expect like a more robust setup, like in From Russia with Love, where they have the cameras set up behind a fake window mirror and catch James Bond in flagrante.
They did the same thing in one of the Pierce Brosnan. I just saw that recently. Yeah.
In
Tomorrow Never Dies, or
no, it is
Die
in
Another Day.
Die Another Day, and he knows that they're there.
Terrible movie, but I loved the soundtrack. Anyway, moving on.
But now we get to the best part of the episode. Frankie dance class.
That was the best part of the episode.
Yeah, it was.
Our Viper Jonas has got some moves, man. A diva. That's the word I was looking for earlier. He is a diva on the dance floor.
Huh.
That makes sense, right?
Yeah, that works.
Okay.
I mean,
And
if
he's
not
trying to
alliteration.
He's trying to teach Frankie to have poise, passion, and panache.
Yeah, we get more hip thrusts in this montage than.
Oh, no, Victor, this is not a montage. This is a man-tage.
I'm done. We had a good run. It's been a good
night, everybody.
podcast. I'm
will
about
be
to
here
have
all week.
mysterious network connections.
All right, so yeah, the
Fucking.
We also find out they
How
have
do- well-
Beach Boys money.
Yeah. Well, it's not just Beach Boys money. They got fucking Flashdance
oh right,
for the Mantage. Fucking Irene Cara and Giorgio Mordo get that bag, that Viper bag. Hell yeah. How the fuck did they get Flashdance? And fucking Frankie also dancing to the Beach Boys?
damn
fucking-
it, they spent that's where the budget went. That's why we only get one car chase in this episode. Damn it.
Can you imagine, like, I mean, it had to be like a, hey guys, a UPN writer's room, what do we have the rights to that we don't have to pay for? Right?
That makes more sense. Yeah.
They
and
probably
they're
have a library.
They're flipping through a back catalog, and they're like, oh, Flashdance, perfect. And then they're like, oh, but we need something for Frankie to dance to. And they picked the fucking Beach Boys. I want to
not
be in the
expecting that at
room where someone thought this was a good idea. Because, like, who the fuck do they think he is? John Stamos? Like, no one can strip to the Beach Boys.
That's not true, because we see Frankie do it.
No one should strip to the Beach Boys this way.
Yeah, he finds out he's a fucking stripping prodigy.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay,
good
so
for
now
him.
Frankie gets offered a job
Yeah.
dancing for $3,000 a week,
Yeah.
plus tips.
Yeah.
And I will tell you guys, I did the math on this.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's $156,000 a year plus tips.
and he made $500 in tips from that one night.
And he's dancing 3 times a week, so it's an extra $1,500 in tips.
Bro, I would have quit my job at the Viper team.
So he's he's making over $200,000 a year pre-tax
What are
stripping.
you doing, Frankie?
Yeah, I did the math, even taking 2 weeks off. I said maybe working 4 days a week. But yeah, he's $250,000. You know, he's doing, like, I understand he likes working on the Viper, but, like, quit this job, man.
Buy your own.
Get
Buy
that
your own
bag.
Viper. You can buy a fleet of Vipers.
They don't need the money. Because when he brings home the tips later, they don't even
This
let
is
him
fucked
keep
up.
it.
Yeah,
This is
that's messed
fucked up.
dude.
This is a
Westlake steals his money.
Is this
for
a libertarian utopia now? I don't know anymore.
Yeah.
Hey, we sent you in to
Be molested. You
he
know,
is sexually
and-
assaulted several times by his boss,
Can't even
and
keep the tips.
you can't
Fucked
even
up.
keep the money.
See, I'm going to say last time on, after this, Frankie spent all that money before he went home. So that way Westlake couldn't take it again.
But after Frankie gets this offer, our two strip club owners are just casually talking about the fact that they did a murder.
Yeah, Vicky confronts Heidi
Yeah.
for murdering Sonny.
Oh, which one is one? I don't remember their names. But one of them is Sarah Strange, who I recognize from SG1 on one of the episodes. We didn't watch it, but she played one of the Gua'uls, I think.
One of these is a famous actress.
Yeah, Sarah Strange. I know because I had a big crush on her back in the day.
No, the other one.
The other one?
God, I had it in my notes somewhere and we glossed over it because we were moving too fast. But like famous actress, it was a get. Oh God, fucking! I'm just IMDbing it now.
Well, Xhafer's doing that though. She says like, "Hey, don't
Mackenzie
worry, nobody's."
Phillips
Yeah.
is the other one.
What was she from?
She was in American Graffiti.
Oh yeah.
But I mean, also, fucking all kinds of stuff. I mean, soaps, 131 episodes of One Day at a Time. Let's see. Guested on Mary Tyler Moore, Beretta, The Love Boat, Murder, She Wrote, Melrose Place, 90210, Walker, Texas Ranger,
Ooh.
some TV show called So Weird that I've never heard of, NYPD Blue, Seventh Heaven, Criminal Minds. It was an episode in 2012. Like, fucking all over the place.
Yeah. And so my girl Sarah Strange, she played Morgana Le Fay in Stargate.
Oh yeah, when they were doing all the weird Arthur stuff.
Yeah.
When they were really searching for topics to write about.
They didn't quite get as bad as Supernatural, but whew, real close.
Yeah.
We get our two managers, and one of them's just like, "Hey, don't worry about it. Nobody's on to us." And it's like, the police have already come and interviewed you. Like, you are now the only point in connection between two separate murders. Right. Your best customer and one of your employees has been murdered. Like, lay low, buddy.
Mm-hmm.
This is the point where I would like stop doing any of my illicit activities, because this is one of the things you need to know. You do one illegal thing at a time.
Is this
That's
legal
good
advice?
Yeah, well, I mean, it's
is
just,
this Ben, your internet lawyer?
it's just a lot of people get caught for things, and then all of the other incidental things, like if you're, driving around with illegal drugs, don't speed. Do one illegal thing at a time.
Yeah, there was a great episode of Burn Notice where the voiceover of Michael Weston, he said that you can always tell when there's a hit squad out to go assassinate someone. They're very calm. They obey all traffic laws, Yeah.
That reminds me of, and this is very much to let you guys know, my brand has always been my brand. When Grand Theft Auto 3 came out for the first time, like brand new PlayStation 2, my friends and I were taking turns and not doing any of the missions or anything, just driving around, and they're causing as much mayhem as they can. And the thing was, okay, when you die, you pass the controller. Mm-hmm. And so they were driving around, and they'd do the cheat codes, and they'd run around with rocket launchers and blow everything up until the army came. And I just drove around, stopped at stoplights, followed all the rules of the road, and it made them so mad. They're like, "Ben, why are you stopping?" It's like, because there's a red light.
There is a great YouTube channel called Experts React, and one of their episodes was ex-Mafia boss reacts to Mafia the video game. And they had this guy playing, and he would talk about how realistic it. Oh, dude, I could watch this guy talk for hours, dude. He did like decades in prison. He's a old grandpa looking dude, and he was talking about all the stuff back in the day. But what was so scary was he had the controller in his hand, and they had the screen of him playing the game, going through the missions. What was so scary was how calmly he drived through the car. Because usually when you play these games, you're like speeding through, running over pedestrians, doing that shit. But no, he was stopping at the stoplights.
Yeah. You don't draw unwanted attention to
yourself.
Right? We find out that our pirate guy stripper hates Frankie, calls him Mr. Bad Wrench, which I really appreciated.
Mr. Goodwrench, who is this one and only GM expert? I gotta find this guy.
And we find out that Frankie is being offered $800 to go home with a woman.
Yeah.
Seems low.
But, that is
his cut. Yeah.
Oh, right.
Yeah, it actually seems. I wouldn't know, but
hey, this is libertarian utopia where they fix the economy and inflation is no longer, a concern. So that $800 in libertarian utopia money could be equivalent to like $10,000 in our horrible prime timeline money.
Yeah, we don't know. The only dollar values we've ever heard for anything in this show are how much Frankie is getting paid to strip and or prostitute. So without knowing like how much a Big Mac costs, what a gallon of milk is at,
how many bananas is this equivalent to?
Yeah, like we don't really have a basis. So who knows?
But as part of the only do one illegal thing at a time, we find out that our managers seem to be running an incredibly successful strip club.
Yeah, they keep their money and everything in this giant pink safe in their
But then they're
office.
running a prostitution racket on top of that.
Right?
Okay.
Yeah.
And then on top of that, they are running an extortion ring, taping the people and then blackmailing them, which feels like, well, then you're undercutting your other two very successful businesses because people won't come back. I won't go back to the strip club. I won't go back to the hotel with your workers. So you're sacrificing a foundation of your business for a one-time payout. Like,
well, maybe they just got to diversify, you know.
well, except like we know our city councilwoman. Is there enough that she has her own table?
Yeah.
She's not coming back after this.
Right. That's a good
I mean,
point.
aside from the murder, but
All right. So where are we at now?
we get another sexual assault for Frankie, and then we find out that Frankie was able to get the recorder that he placed to steal the code for the
Right.
door.
Yeah,
but
Frankie's hacking
he
skills.
can't place it anywhere because the
The
strippers are assaulting
Yeah.
him, and he can't like throw it in his bag or something.
Yeah,
And apparently
pirate guy and baby guy come in and they try to shake him down, but then the manager walks in and says, "Hey, you're up."
And we find out that apparently his stripper suit has no pockets. Like, okay, just put it in your pocket, get it later. Put it in your sock. Who gives a shit? And no, he put it in his grundle.
That's yeah.
And so Cameron has to go in and retrieve the device. And so
This was so bad. This was so horrible.
Now, last episode, I had called out them kind of leaving together and being friendly and was wondering if they were perhaps a couple.
no, clearly not.
Apparently not.
Well,
Clearly not.
Well,
because
guys,
she-
this is awkward, right?
This
in
is
a
X
way
energy?
that they're not together. But is it also awkward in a way where they were together?
I think no, because if that was the case, you wouldn't have been surprised by the size of Frankie's package.
She didn't seem particularly surprised. She seemed more upset about everything else. It read to me like they had broken up.
Nah, I didn't read it that way. Yeah, it seemed like she reached in to get the thing, and he was like, "No, not that. That's not it."
Anyway, she gets the code and access to the office, as Frankie is the honeypot for another blackmail scheme. Frankie finds the hidden camera as Detective Westlake checks out the office, finding a pile conveniently labeled blackmail money.
Yes.
As Frankie leaves his socks on during.
God, I hated this, dude. No.
My tootsies get cold.
Oh, that's so gross.
Buy a heated mattress patch, you goddamn adult.
But also, at this point, Cameron gets captured by our bad guys. Also, we have this weird undercurrent of part of our proof is she has weird check bullets. And it's just like, this is America, man.
Yeah.
You could just buy bullets.
It's libertarian utopia. You can definitely just buy bullets.
Right.
Also, maybe it's our libertarian utopia. It's cheaper to import check bullets. I don't know.
I don't know,
Or
is
maybe
that a thing?
it's bespoke.
Is that a thing, or like I've never heard of Czech being like high quality firearms or anything? They're not usually at the top of the list.
There are some very, very good European gun manufacturers. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know what the thing is, they don't say it's a specific rare round or something. Like, or she's just buying like discount 9mm shipped over from the Czech Republic. So we get our hostage situation so we can get our second chase of the episode.
Yeah.
This ends with Cameron escapes the car and Joe Mike using the Viper to shoot a wrecking ball.
Yeah.
Wrecking ball drop.
Yeah.
Because there's a wrecking ball drop.
I also called out wrecking ball drop, Ben.
But also,
why didn't he
she's
just
dead, right?
Yeah,
Oh, she's
I know.
so
Yeah,
dead.
Like,
Yeah, like they pull her out and she's fine. But you dropped a wrecking ball on her moving car. She's dead.
I mean, and he uses the EMP cannon for
not the
or at least it
laser.
looks like, not the laser. It looked like it was, or I don't know. Maybe they got a weapons upgrade, and I don't know. Do you think that last time on we ever got a reason for why the EMP pulse doesn't work anymore?
Oh,
Or
it's
or
been
did they
upgraded
just-
to lethal weapons. Clearly, Julian's off the
right.
program. It's got Gatling
But
guns
also-
now.
Also, why didn't they just EMP the car? Like,
Yeah.
I get why you don't do it when Westlake's in there, because then, okay, now she's got the hostage and she's in danger again. But as soon as she's out, just EMP the car.
I'm going to say that Joe Mike is just so good. You know, like, as we know, they've solved crime in Metro City
Yes.
at this point. So he's just gotten so good at his job, he's bored now, and he does, like, trick shots. And that's, he's just trying to challenge himself.
I do this to feel. So we've caught our bad guys, and I did appreciate that I forget which of our managers is which, but the one who takes our hostage here, she is very much just like, I killed my first person 2 days ago, and like, I'm really running with this. She is like
say
ready
that,
to kill Cameron. She already killed Sonny, and she's just like, murdering people makes your problems go away. Then we find out that Sherman, their boss, seems like the kind of guy who takes credit for everything, and he's trying to take credit with the mayor. It's like, but you didn't drive the car. You didn't go into the place. Like, how would you take credit for this besides being like, my team did this?
Yeah, that's exactly what he does. That's exactly what he does.
And we find
I've
then
known those
my
type of
favorite
people.
part of this episode, somehow the woman who was
The Jill
with
client.
Frankie
Yeah.
makes her way into FBI headquarters.
Oh, it's not
Yeah.
somehow. She's wearing an FBI badge. She's an
Yes,
FBI
no.
agent.
No, she's not FBI. It's
a visitor's badge.
Yeah, it says FBI. It has a big V, so I assumed that the V meant visitor. So yeah, I don't know, went to the front desk and got a visitor's pass.
Yeah, just I need to find
what do
the
you-
man you sent undercover.
Yes!
It's like, oh yeah, he's up on floor 7. And I'm like, 99 times out of 100, this ends with, and then I shoot the undercover police officer. This is just the one time where it's, I've divorced my husband so that we can be together. This puts Frankie so deeply in lawful neutral territory where he's just like, no, I can't have sex with you. You're married. And she's like, oh, okay, I'll divorce him.
Wow, that was a journey. Well, they jump in the elevator together and embrace. So good on you, Frankie.
Good on you, Frankie.
Honestly, I would have just quit my job at the Viper team and just.
If you're making $250,000,
no shit, man.
a lot of it in tips, so you know.
Under the table or under the jockstrap. All right, hey, okay, let's move on. We got to roll some dice or something. Let's
Roll them bones.
Let's put this episode in our rearview mirror, please.
All right.
That's where the binky is.
Man, why? Oh, why?
Do the roll here. There's a very good chance we hit the finale. If I roll high, we hit the finale. If I max us out. If we're in the median range, we're probably got one episode before the finale. But if I roll under a 10, then we might have 2 episodes before the finale.
Suspense is killing me.
It's math, Vic. You know I did it. That is a 9.
What? Oh!
Which means we're going to season 4, episode 16, Tiny Bubbles. I'm just going to go ahead and throw. There is a 99.7% chance this is our penultimate episode.
Oh, really? There's that many episodes in the last season?
Well, there's 5 episodes left. Or 6 episodes left. If I roll a 4, we will have one more episode before the finale. Otherwise, it's finale after this.
There's no way in hell you're going to roll a 4. Yeah.
I'm probably not going to roll a 4. Yeah. There's a 0.03% chance I roll a 4. But
Jesus,
that will
you and your
be
math.
next
Saying
week.
there's a chance.
You're saying there's a chance. Oh my God, I'm reading the description for this.
Tiny
episode.
Bubbles, Astor and Westlake must unravel a conspiracy after the secret family formula is stolen from a soda company and its owner murdered. Libertarian utopia restored.
Yeah, can I read the IMDb
Go for it.
description here?
Yeah.
After the top secret formula for a beverage company's famous soda is stolen, the team is pulled into the world of corporate espionage as they try to recover it before it falls in the hands of the company's rivals.
Do you think that FBI couple that made the sex tape is going to be back? This seems like their bag.
Hey, they're CIA. Okay,
Oh, that's what it was. Sorry.
Brah. All right, well, it's time for predictions now.
Lincoln, what are you doing up there?
Guessing. I guess no one's coming.
I have seen into the future.
You ruined the prophecy.
So I can start us off.
All right, go for it, Ben.
My daytime, we are going to get at least one more surprising music drop.
Damn it! That was exactly my description.
Yeah. My evening prediction, we've all, don't have a whole lot of time for it, so I'm going to say we get one more crazy excessive Viper trick shot.
Ooh, that's a good
you
one.
did not need to do this, Joe Mike, Tom, Joe Mike, but you did it because it's the only way you can feel.
Joe Mike, Tom, Joe Mike.
Yep, Joe Mike, Tom, Joe Mike.
Yeah.
And my prime time, our show ends with a literal drive into the sunset.
Oh,
that is our last shot of the show.
That
by the
lines
way,
up with my earlier prediction of you crying during the finale. So,
Well, I already said it. I'm not going to change it, so we're just making the same daytime prediction. We'll get some more mainstream music.
all right.
Something recognizable. My evening prediction, our boy, I already forget his name, Catlet, whatever, Jonas. I'm just going to continue calling him
Jonas.
Jonas. Yeah. He has another hidden talent that's revealed. He's not just a dancer, but he's also something else. Probably going to be like expert poker player or something. That's too it's too recognizable. He's going to have some kind of hidden off-the-wall talent that's going to come.
Yeah, you don't have to get more descriptive than that. It's not a three-pointer. If you want to bonus point it with poker or something, go for it. But
I'm good. Primetime prediction: Viper explodes. We see it happen. Is my prediction.
Okay.
We see it happen on screen because I think we already saw in the opening credits it explodes at some point.
Yeah,
but we're going to see it happen.
Well, we've got a different Viper now.
Yes.
Viper go boom. We got blue Viper.
We got blue Viper now. So, daytime, Frankie ends up in a relationship with this Jill.
Nah, she's
I
not
hope so.
coming back.
Evening.
I like that for him.
Fuck it. The CIA sex tape couple comes back. And my primetime prediction, fuck it. We are going to add one more name before the end of the show on Joe Mike, Tom, Joe Mike.
The man with 1,000 names.
And one haircut.
Yeah, even the last guy had the same haircut.
Well, it was the same guy, so yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, of course, right.
You know.
Makes him having a dad very confusing, but whatever.
Not if he's dead.
All right. Well, with that, all we have to do is say some thank yous.
Thank you, Ripe, for letting us
Got
use
tickets.
Goon Squad. We got tickets. They announced a show in Michigan.
Nice.
They announced a show in Michigan.
Dope.
And so we're going. Fuck yeah. Yeah, no, it's super exciting. They're touring. They announced a bunch more tour dates. Go see them.
And thank you to you, the listener. And once again, if you want to leave us a message or send, if you have any questions or comments about any of our episodes, jump on over to voicecast.app/LTO. And like I said, it's great. You don't have to sign up for anything. You can just send a message, record it, type it out, whatever. And we'd be happy to hear from you. And if you don't like our podcast, just keep that shit to yourself.
And we'll see you next time on Last Time On.